All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Mastermode stream. I am just going to say it right now. I am really out of it today. You can probably hear Delilah, who is trying to tear the door down because I closed it. Not necessarily for like privacy reasons, just because she was being a bad cat. So I just basically told her, I was like, hey, you're gonna act like that? Get out of my room. But we're back with some more Mastermode today. I'm actually I actually wasn't gonna stream this until a little bit later on in the day, but because of my plans abruptly changing, it was like, well, I might as well stream this now. So there's that. But yeah, so here we are now. I guess we'll just do a quick team recap and then I'll spin the wheel and I'll go on about my day. But we got ourselves... Sorry. We got Thor, our Thunderous, at level 34, with the Prankster ability, Modest Nature with Uproar, Bite, Shockwave, and Flamethrower. Then we got our boy Maverick, the Swampert, level 30, Jolly Natured with... Wait, his special attack stat is higher. What the hell? I just now realized that. With Earthquake, Blaze Kick, Waterfall, and Sky Attack. Then we got Jubilee, our Modest Nature Togekiss at level 34 as well. Bad Dreams ability with Flamethrower, Nasty Plot, Air Slash, and Aura Sphere. Then we got Floof, our... Sorry! Oh my god, I should not be yawning this much this early into the video with the stream. But we got Floof here at level 30, our Whimsicott, with Flamethrower, Grass Whistle, Fake Tears, and Mega Drain. We got our newest team member, which is Disaster, the Absol, the Adamant Natured Absol at level 30, with Super Lock, Feint Attack, Swords Dance, Zen Headbutt, and Mega Horn. And then last but not least, we got Osmosis, the Reuniclus at level 31, Magic Guard ability with Flamethrower, Acid Armor, Future Sight, and Sight Shock. And that is our team. But before we go ahead and just slide into everything, let me actually switch over to our wheel, and let's go ahead and get our challenge on the way. Alright, so we're not allowed to switch during any sort of Pokemon battles, which is a bit scary. It is a bit scary, but we should hopefully be okay. Keyword is hopefully. But yeah, I was initially supposed to stream this about a couple hours later today, but I didn't end up doing that because my plans for my day changed a little bit. So, oh my god, this is not gonna happen like this. We're not doing this right now. Okay, that's a little bit better. But yeah, initially I was actually, because I actually didn't want to wake up as late as I did. I wanted to wake up a little bit earlier just so I can start getting into the groove of waking up at a decent enough time before I go back to school. Which, I don't know, it might just happen naturally. I'm not quite sure yet, but I was just trying to start slowly pushing myself in that direction. But also, today I was actually supposed to go get a haircut, which I believe throughout the entirety of 2021, I have not gotten a haircut. Or if I have, it's only been one time. But, like, look at how long this is. Like, this needs to get, not necessarily all chopped off. If I wanted to go have my hair short, I would have eventually, I would have looked into trying to find a hairstyle on my downtime, but I just haven't, so I don't think I'm going to cut it short, but I am going to get a lot taken off. Realistically, I'd like it probably a little bit above my shoulders, so that, I don't know how long that is in terms of hair length, probably like 2.5 inches or so, but the place that I go to, they called me this morning saying, like, the person that I was supposed to be seeing today was sick. And that made me sad because it's like, hopefully she feels better. But just, like, I was so looking forward to getting this haircut today just because it was, like, the same reason when it came to shaving my face. I just want to look refreshed. Like, I've had the long hair for years. It's kind of been a staple, like, of my life, because it's just like, you're like, oh, you really rock the blonde hair. And then I sit down and it's like, well, that's cool and all, but I don't know if I want to have it forever. That's not saying I don't want to keep it long. Maybe it just never gets to this point again, because I don't really like it being this long, especially when it gets in my face all the time. Like, if I didn't have my hat on right now, I guarantee you, like, my bangs or whatever could go all the way down to below my chin. And that's cool and all, but, like, I don't necessarily need it to be like that. I really, really don't. But yeah, I'm not able to get a haircut today. Or if I wanted to go today, I would have had to wait till like 7:15 or something like that. And it's like, I'm not gonna wait that long. Like, no offense. Like, it's just, I would rather go earlier on in the day. So I get it. I feel more refreshed with it. And it's like, in case something gets messed up, that I don't have to worry about waiting an entire next day to get it fixed. Basically, is that point. So that's the way I see it. But I think right now, if I remember correctly, I think I'm going on Tuesday, because they're booked for tomorrow and Saturday. Which, when I woke up today and I figured out that today was Thursday, that threw me off so heavy. Yeah, I was really looking forward to getting the haircut, just because, like, I don't know about some of you guys, whether or not you go to a barber or salon. I go to a salon because I don't think a barber would necessarily know what to do with my hair and how it is how it's just like, what's the word I'm trying to, how it grows. Like, I don't think like they would be able to really help me out with cutting my hair. Sure, maybe if I wanted like a fade or whatever on my head, they could do that, but I've always just been accustomed to going to salons and just having them do that. Like sports clips, I remember going to them when I was younger, and that was really, really cool and kind of something that I would not mind trying again. Maybe when I'm on my own, or I don't know, when I'm more comfortable with setting up those sort of appointments and stuff on my own. Because I'm afraid to set up all that stuff, because it's like I don't normally do it. So I just need to get more accustomed and just be more comfortable with doing it. Like, I was proud that I was able to call them and be like, hey, can I get an appointment? This, that, and the other. Because it's like, for me being 20, it's like, yeah, you should probably be able to do that on your own, but I look at it as a blessing and a curse, where it's like I didn't have to necessarily worry about all that stuff until I got to being an adult. And I think it's just the same light, like what I was talking about, and I'm pretty sure it was in this series, like a few weeks ago, probably like almost a month ago now, where I was out with my parents and we were celebrating Father's Day, I believe we were celebrating Father's Day, and it was about the steak meat that I had and how I probably could have ate it, but like, since I personally asked for a medium steak and it looked like it was more on the side of medium rare, I was a little bit iffy about eating it first, but I was also like, well, I could just deal with it. I really could just deal with it. But yeah, I think it's just the idea of like, I don't want to create a confrontation that's gonna go sour. Because in reality, whenever something goes wrong, I don't want intensity to be brought up or built up over something stupid. So it's like, even though like nothing stupid would happen if I called that salon place and they said, oh, we're completely booked. It's just like, I'd rather you tell me something, like, just tell me how it is. Because it's like, oh, if it's not booked, then I can just figure it out on my own. And I think the main reason why, and I don't know if this is necessarily an anxiety thing, because I don't really think I have any sort of anxiety stuff. I think it's just, I'm more so focused on just making sure that things are okay and right and done right, instead of being like, well, you better cater to what I want, and if not, then I hate you. If you don't know what I'm actually doing right now, I didn't. Oh, maybe not here. I was gonna say I was gonna try and get my 2 free encounters, because I wanted to see what else was on here, because it's like, if I can catch an Incada, then that's good, but it appears that we can find other stuff here, and I don't necessarily want to chance catching a Zapdos. We keep getting clever wings. But yeah, like, I don't think I have anxiety when it comes to talking to people like that. I think it's just more of a thing where it's like, if I'm being told that I need to know how to do something, I want to know how to do it and not be thrown out to just like, it's like the whole walk before you run thing. It's like, if you throw me out to run and I don't even know how to stand on my 2 feet, how am I supposed to help you when you expect me to be able to do something? Like, my mother, for example, I was cleaning out my bathroom. I think it was a couple days ago now. And, I remember just asking questions, like, when it comes to, like, cleaning the tub, like, doing all this stuff. And I swear to you, like, this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. If I'm asking a question on how to do something, it's because I need to see it visually, and it's just, like, to be able to grasp the concept in its entirety. If I ask you to teach me something, and you just end up doing it and don't tell me how you did it or how it works and this, that, and the other, then we're gonna be in the exact same spot the next time I go through and do something like this. And I don't understand how my mom doesn't understand that sort of concept, because, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. My Viper for your dealing. Darn. And I'm not necessarily trying to say this just to, like, talk bad about my mom. I love her. But, like, it's very, very frustrating, because when I'm out as an adult, I want to know how to do this shit. And if I don't know how to do this shit and I'm expected to know how to do it, even though I was never fucking taught, then I'm going to look like a dumbass. And I really don't want to. I really don't want to. So that's basically that whole thing. So, like, calling a salon about a haircut, like, it might not seem like that big of a deal, and in reality it's not, but I treat it as a big deal because it is important, because it is a step in the right direction for me, because realistically you should be comfortable with doing this stuff at my age. But the problem is that I've never necessarily had to worry about it. So when I do have to worry about it, it gets me a little bit worried, because it's like, I want to make sure I just want to make sure I do stuff right. It's like when I went to get my sports physical last year, with everything going on with coronavirus and stuff. I had to go into this by myself and just basically know what I'm doing, like, know all the terminology and stuff, and know, like, all the terminology and stuff when it came to things like insurance. We don't learn about insurance and stuff in high school, unless you take an economics class, but you don't really learn about, like, all the insurance terminology and stuff. So I was being asked these questions, and I was just like, I don't know. I was just sent out here with a simple agenda, and that simple agenda was get your physical done. So I am not very sure. But yeah, I think the only time where I feel absolutely anxious and shaken up, and this actually ties into yesterday, well, late last night, early this morning, and the reason why I'm kind of thrown for a loop, is just severe weather. Like, so I've grown up in the Midwest my entire life, and for my entire life, tornadoes have been the one thing. Maybe hurricanes if I lived on the East Coast for a little bit and actually, you know, experienced a hurricane. But tornadoes are, like, the number one thing that make me just want to... It makes me want to vomit whenever I feel like one is coming. And For the longest time, I always thought that fear came from like thunderstorms and stuff. But the more I got older, and the more like it would thunderstorm maybe at night or maybe during the day, and it would just pour. Like for me, when it came to like that, I would always be like, well, it looks really bad outside, but once it starts pouring, hopefully it just pours, and then that's like they're all there is to it. So it's like it looks worse than what it actually is type of thing. It's the point I'm trying to like point out, but I don't know. It's just nerve-wracking. But anyways, back to my point. Yesterday, and this has kind of been something that's been going on probably for like the entire week. So the weather people on the news were telling us like, oh, you know, be careful because there's severe weather coming in late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and I was just like, okay, maybe that's up north in Wisconsin because that tends to be where a lot of the severe weather has been hitting lately. But as that got closer and closer, it was slowly starting to, you know, I was slowly starting to see that, oh no, it's actually where I live that's gonna get like the worst of the severe weather. But the problem is with that is that, as I was saying with the whole looks as bad as it looks worse than it actually is, it was at night. So you can't see anything. And the fact that this storm was bringing, I think they said hurricane force winds, damage, and the potential for tornadoes, made me shit a brick. Like, the last few times that I've stayed up to like 2 or 3 in the morning have been on my own will. Last night was genuinely because I felt like I was scared for my life. And that just did not, I just did not feel well. Also, I'm going to use my one of my token encounters right now, because I want to get these encounters out of the way by just catching more mons and potentially adding a new team member if need be, because I don't necessarily need Thunderous or Togekiss on my team. It just really depends on what I get, because I want to get rid of any sort of duplicate typings. But yeah, yesterday was just like when I get very flustered about the weather and stuff, it really hits, and it really, really shows. And I never look at it like, I look at it as a big deal, right? Because it is a big deal to me, and it really does make me go, not necessarily crazy, but it makes me just go like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, something bad's gonna happen, something bad could potentially happen. I can't even see what's going on outside. Like, since we lived here, I think there have been 3, well no, last night technically, I'm gonna use my next token encounter, not on this because I didn't call it, but for the next thing, I'll use it on this. Also, I did realize I had an old Amber, but I really don't want to worry about that right now because I don't have access to Fly yet. So when I get Fly, I'll go ahead and go back. But anyways, back to the point. Since we lived here, first of all, there have been 2 separate occasions. There have been 2 separate occasions where the tornado sirens have gone off. One of those times, actually, I wasn't here, and I was actually on my college campus. But the one time that we got the tornado sirens that went off here, it was like, I don't know, probably this time last year. And I remember it was really, really hot outside. We had to take all of the cats and put them in like their cat carriers, and then we basically went down to the garage. And this And just because of my fear of these types of storms and tornadoes and stuff, I would much rather live in a house that has a basement than an upstairs. Ideally, if it has both, that'd be pretty cool. But I'd much rather be in a basement. I know that flooding and stuff happens in basements, but I don't know. I feel like for me, personally, as much as flooding is very, very much annoying, I rather deal with flooding than have a tornado come through and tear my house apart. And also the fact that I might not be able to do a damn thing about it, just makes me feel a little bit better if I don't have to look at it that way. All right, should I go get my encounter from the cold storage now? Probably should. But yeah, like, there's that time, and then the time, oh my god, this is gonna be one of those stories that I'm never gonna forget. So, for my cross-country season last year, we had a really weird season because of everything going on with COVID and stuff, but we had what was basically our last, like, meet practice thing, like, during the middle of the week. But that day, like, I kid you not, like, the storms were probably coming in about 7 or so p.m. At, like, 2 p.m., I think at the latest, we got notifications about, like, severe thunderstorms and stuff, and then, like, a tornado watch at 2 p.m., and nothing has happened yet. And from my apartment to the college campus is, like, 25 minutes. So, I'm being forced, but I have to go to this practice/meet thing in potential tornado weather, knowing that probably by the time I either get home or before I even leave, the storms are about to start. And I remember that day well. Not like, and neither of these situations resulted in an actual tornado. I just want to point that out, but just, it's the fear factor about it, and that's what's going to stick with me. But with the day that I had to go for that cross-country thing, I remember doing our warm-up outside, and I did like a mile and a half. And it was so, like, you knew something bad was going to happen when you're running and, like, 1 second you feel cold air being blown on you, and then the next second, steaming hot air hits you. When we were outside and we felt that, we were like, oh yeah, something's going to happen outside. And I remember by the time things were wrapping up for us, we were upstairs, and I remember going to my buddy Cam's room because I wanted to hang out anyways, but I was like, I feel like just so I don't fucking pass out on the way home, or let alone have to pull over and, go to some random, like, place during the middle of a potential tornado, I'll just stay here. If the sirens go off, then great, I'll go downstairs because I'll feel better if I'm downstairs. But oh my god, like, I remember when we were there and I heard, like, the sirens going off, I was like telling Cam and all the other people there, I'm like, I'm gonna go downstairs just so I feel a little bit better. It's like, yeah, I know COVID's a thing, but, like, I'm gonna have my mask on. I know it's gonna be hot down there, but I'll just go down there and deal with it, because that's always something that's just stuck in my head, of, like, to go into the basement of your home if a tornado occurs. That's not saying that damage can't occur, but the fact that it feels like almost an insurance policy that if you go underneath the main floor of your home, like, it's better for you. Like, and the thing is, when I lived in my old house, we didn't have a basement. We had a crawl space, I believe, but we never had a basement. So there was that. But we also didn't really ever have to worry about. We also never really had to worry about tornadoes and things like that, which, to be honest, is pretty surprising. But I guess with the lake does kind of fight against that type of weather, which makes me glad that we live near the lake. But it's also just kind of like, not necessarily, I don't know if shocked is the right word for this, but like, it just made me wonder since I've gotten older, like, the weather patterns are just like different, a little bit different than when they used to be, and that's like kind of worrisome because it's like they could be so much worse. And I probably am very lucky that I haven't actually gotten stuck in an actual tornado yet, but I think for me, like, if you see me flustered at anything, that's gonna be your thing. Not saying that I wouldn't be awkward with talking to people and things like that, but I always attribute that to, like, a not knowing sort of scenario, so I'm shy rather than being like, oh, he's, like, completely introverted, which, nothing wrong with being an introvert. It happens to the best of us. I would say, compared to what I am or what I was in high school, I am very much an introvert now. And maybe it's just a minding my own business type of ordeal, or maybe it's just with college, I'm not the one who feels like they know everything, so I just kind of keep to myself and just kind of coast through things and, talk to the people that I want to talk to, and not necessarily feel like I have to talk to every single person. I don't know. Because I do think I'm a little bit different than when I was in high school in that regard, but I don't think that's a bad thing either. Because I feel like if I took that, I have to feel like I have to talk to everybody nature that I had in high school when it came to me doing like cross-country, track and field, and being in all of those honors and AP classes, then yeah, you're gonna be caught up in some bullshit. And even with the little clique of friends that I do have in college, I hear about the bullshit all the time. But yeah, because like a lot of things that I'm scared of, like I'm afraid of being on the ocean. That will get me feeling very scared. I'm not necessarily like all on board with planes just yet, mainly because I haven't traveled on a plane in over 2.5 years, but I think as long as I'm not flying over the ocean, I really don't care about air travel that much. I mean, I'd have to travel during the day to see how much different that is than like traveling at night, because both my flights that I flew in my life were at night, so I think that kind of helped soothe it, because it's like, well, I can't see it, so I think we're okay. But also, like, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm cool with this. Like, heights are a problem for me, but that's just when I feel like I don't feel safe. That's basically when heights are a problem to me. Like, right now, when I look outside my apartment, I'm probably like, I don't know, 15 feet in the air. Because I have an upstairs apartment with my parents. And, like, that doesn't bother me. But if I was, like, I don't know, maybe another 10, 15 feet higher, I'd be like, I don't know. But that's because I'm sitting close. That's because I'm sitting pretty close to where outside is. So it's like, maybe he's a little bit worried about this. But the timer just went off, which is fine with me because now that means I can switch in battle. Let's go ahead and go over to the wheel. Let me actually switch the screen over, sorry. So we had no switching, which means our reward is... Jesus Christ, this fucking lag, man. A free legendary. Now, since we're doing an egg lock, I don't think I'm actually gonna use this legendary right now. I think, in fact, I might wait a little bit. Maybe when we get to X and Y, and then put this legendary in. That might be what my plan is. But our free legendary is... I know that it re-randomized itself, but I'm going to randomize it again because of the whole error thing it had. And we get a Darkrai. That's trash. That's not true. Okay, Darkrai can be good. But the problem is with Darkrai is that Darkrai has a really trashy level up learn set. And if we're going through a new game, that's why I went to the marks first. But if we're going through a potentially new game with like no extra added benefits, then Darkrai is not really going to be that great. Oh. Hello, Palkia. I really wish, because I was saying this with like the sprites in like Gen 4. I always thought that Dialga and Palkia sprites looked so much better in Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver. And then when they made them moving in this game, I thought that the moving... Sorry that I stuttered so much. I thought that the moving was actually like... Oh my god! Stop it! I thought that the moving sprites were really, really neat. But, like, the front sprite, like, only a few of them actually look pretty good. I think some of them look a little bit wonky. But, that's a personal opinion, so if you don't like it, then you don't have to agree with me. That's the way the cookie crumbles, alright? Alright, so how many mons did we catch? We caught 5, right? Because, yeah, that's the one that we hatched, and then that's the one that we caught. He's got a choice band. Sick. Anybody else on anything? An ether? Thank you for that. Alright, so in this box, I'm going to drop you off because I do want to make sure I hatch these eggs. We might as well go in some sort of order. I know that I put the Nincada right in the back here, but I do want to put this in some sort of order. So, a level 23 out of... How many eggs are we on now? I think 39. Out of 39 eggs, the number that we got is 22. So, box 1, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ooh, actually though. I don't know about this one, because this doesn't help. This doesn't help in terms of dealing with Frostlass, but I know exactly what this is, and I'm kind of upset we didn't get this sooner. Do I use it is the real question. Do I? Maybe at some point. Because the thing is... I mean, no, he's going to evolve at 40 in this game, actually. Never mind. It's just... I need to have the necessary evolutions. need to have the necessary evolutions. Necessary number, I should say, of evolutions. Alright, so he was, what, 23, I believe. Bite? What moveset did I give him? Hydro Pump, Dragon Rage, Dragon Rush, and Dragon Dance. I think we're going to get rid of... Sorry. I think we're going to get rid of Dragon Rage. Because with him being level 23, I mean, Dragon Rage is still a good move, but it's a 3-hit KO, more than likely, on everything we're going to fight from here on out. So I don't really think it's going to be worth it. Because if I can two-shot something, that's like perfectly fine. One-shotting is also really, really good. But three-hit KOs, I don't know about that one, Chief. Focus energy? Nah. Alright, level 23. That's some power, though. It just sucks because I need 2 Evos for him to be any sort of useful. He's got Rockhead, though. Alright, so our next mon to trade out was a level 25 Metapod, which we're going to get a number 16. So number 16 is going to also be in box 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's going to be this egg right here. Ooh. I know what this is, but again, it needs an Evo to be good. It needs an Evo to be good. And also, we already have a Psychic type. Maybe if we didn't have Reuniclus on the team, I would consider this because Jinx is really, really strong. Plus, an Ice type doesn't hurt to have, like, ever, so... Like, I contemplate... What moveset do you have? Fake Out, Nasty Plot, Ice Punch, Pound. I guess it didn't have any really good special Ice type moves to learn yet. Powder Snow? Nah. I remember, I think it was in Red and Blue. Might have been in Yellow as well. Fire Red and Leaf Green. There was a guy who you traded him a Poliwhirl, and he gave you a Jinx. And I remember that Jinx being so good. Because Ice Punch was special in Generation 3. And I remember beating teams with Jinx. I just gave it 1 extra rare candy. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so whoever's next gets 1 less rare candy because of my dumbass. But, yeah, like, I remember when I played Fire Red and Leaf Green and I found out about that trade, I was like, yo, I need this thing. Because traded mons gain boosted XP, obviously. You can tell by Maverick and other mons in this series that we've brought over through generations. Like, the traded mons are actually, like, a strategy if you do need to put them on your team. But, yeah, I just remember destroying everything. And then when we get to, like, Lance, Ice Punching everything on his team. Alright, so level 24 Dugong, which is actually going to be 23. I just realized I did 2 eggs, so I need to make this number 37 instead of 39. Egg number 7 is our lucky number. Egg number 7, which is this boy right here, Gara. I actually don't know which one this is going to be, but level 23 is the lucky number. I don't remember what I named Gara for. Oh, Sand Slash. At least it's the Sand Slash and not a Sand Shrew. Like, yeah, Sand Slash isn't the greatest, but maybe in a lock type like this where the TMs are randomized and things like that, maybe he might actually have some, maybe he might have more use for us, but not right now because we do have Swampert, and also, again, we have that big weakness to Frostlass. So he needs to be 23. What did I give him? Night Slash counter, Rock Climb, and Metal Claw. Ooh, okay. I think a ground type move would be good for you. Dig or Bulldoze would honestly be perfect. I don't know, I feel like Sand Slash, to me, like, Sand Slash was always one of those mons that I knew existed, but I never, I don't know, I feel like I never gave it a chance because, like, there were so many better options for ground types. Even in Gen 1. Like, I feel like I never gave it the proper respect. And then, actually, when they put out a Alolan Sandshrew and Sand Slash, I was, like, actually intrigued by it, even though they have, what, 4 times weaknesses? It was still something that I was very interested in taking a gander at. I'm just saying, if we get a fire type, somebody's getting benched. Somebody is going to be getting benched. Probably not going to get a fire type just yet, but I'm really happy that I've hatched a good chunk of these eggs already. Alright, so level 22 Trapinch. In the box, our number is going to be, out of 36 eggs now, 18. So egg number 18. That should still be in box 1, but where? 6, 11, 16, 18. It's this egg down here. It is probably the Machop, because I already have the Machoke. Or do I have a Machamp? I don't think I got Machamp. I think I got Machop and Machoke as the eggs. I did get a Machamp. Okay, never mind. Ooh, this is actually interesting, though. Because, what, he'll be 22? I don't know, this is actually an interesting choice. Because Ice is still very much a problem for us. And I know Absol's on the team to counter that weakness to Frostlass specifically, but Frostlass would not be able to do much to Machamp. Which is making me think I should put Machamp back on the team. Because Machamp was actually taken from us in an unfair manner. What moveset did I give him? Same as the Machoke, didn't I? Ooh. No, I did not. Rolling Kick, Knockoff, Bullet Punch, and Ice Punch. Yeah, Knockoff. We have those 6th Gen Knockoff on, so that's actually pretty good. I don't know, I might actually put this Machamp on the team. I know it doesn't have a fire move, but half our team has a fire move, so I don't really need to worry about that now, do I? I don't know, we'll see. Because I know there's another... Actually, no. No, I'm actually going to learn Low Sweep. I know there's a fire type in that pile of eggs. I don't know where he is, but there's a fire type in there. If I get that, ideally it would be better than having just Machamp. But Machamp is also really, really good for us as well. So, And also, it would help our over-leveled situation, because if I bench somebody else for him, and say the Machamp dies, I can put that over-leveled Mon that I already have on my team back on my team. It's like the Golett. Like, we have Golett here at level 30, but he can come straight back onto the team, say, if we lose Absol or somebody like that. Swampert. Like, he fits right in. And also, this thing has no guard, so if I get Cross Chop, I'm definitely going to give him Cross Chop. Alright, so our last egg, level 21 Duskull, is going to be traded out for egg number out of 35. It is going to be 26. That might actually be the egg I'm looking for. I have no idea. 26. It's not going to be in this first box. But how many eggs are in this first box? 5, 6, 11, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It's this egg right here, which is definitely not a fire type. Level 21. It's just, what is this one? Because I think this is a duplicate as well. Which you would be surprised with the 60 or so eggs that I had this many duplicates, but it's the Magnemite. Magnemite's cool. Magnemite is cool. And honestly, Frostlass wouldn't be able to do much to Magnemite. Problem is, we need evolutions. So we need at least 2 evolutions in order to make this thing a Magnezone. I don't know. Let's get him to level 21. I don't know if he actually learned any sort of... I don't think he gets any sort of good egg moves. Yeah, because he just learned Thunder Shock now, so... And Sonic Boom. Metal Sound, Tackle. Yeah, we'll get rid of Tackle. I want to keep Metal Sound because that can actually lower... Special defense, I'm pretty sure. Thunder Wave? Hell yes. Give me this over Supersonic. 19, 20, 21. Alright. So now we have some decisions to make because we just hatched 5 eggs, 2 of which I'm actually super down to use. Let's put them in the box here. So I think, realistically, as much as I like the Thundurus being here, I don't think I necessarily need the Thundurus on the team. Which, I know someone's going to be like, oh, why are you benching your Thundurus? I'm more focused on building a well-balanced team in terms of typing rather than just having a bunch of legendaries on my team, because in this box right now, which you guys can't see the bottom screen, there are 3 legendaries in this box, and I don't need legendaries to win this game. That's what I want to prove. Yeah, did I have legendaries to beat Sinnoh? Yes, and probably every other generation I've had legendaries to beat the game, but I don't need legendaries to beat the game. And also, if I do put a legendary on my team, I want it to fit in my team composition good. Like, I want it to be able to fit in there perfectly, which, while Thundurus does, I want to eliminate a big weakness that is on my team, which is a Frostlass, which Frostlass is still a big problem to my team, even if I take Thundurus off, because it can hit half of my mons still for super effective damage. So, I could put the Machamp on the team. That'll give me a fighting type that deals with ice types a bit better and much more swimmingly. Yeah, I know he's level 22, but to be honest, I can slap a Lucky Egg on him and then just go beat all the Team Plasma Grunts in the cold storage, and I have the gym to do, so it's not really that big of an issue for me. Or I can put on the Magnemite, which Magnemite, if I level it up enough, will get to be a Magneton. I have that evolution, and then with the evolution that I get from beating Clay, I can eventually put that into getting a Magnezone, which you can get a Magnezone by training him up in the Chargestone Cave. But I do have to try and make sure this thing doesn't die while being a Magnemite still. I know he has Sturdy, and he has a decent moveset, and he even has T-Wave, which is good for us. But honestly, I'm thinking that Machamp is probably better all around because it's fully evolved now, and it doesn't eat up any evolutions. Because if I can build up evolutions for the entirety of this game, not losing any Mons, then we're golden. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the Machamp on the team. Instead, I know some people might be pretty upset with that, but I think it's going to make this series not necessarily more difficult, but just more interesting. And plus, I have used... Oh my god, what is happening? My Streamlabs just lagged hardcore. I've used the Thundurus multiple times. I haven't really kept him alive, but I've used the Thundurus multiple times. So let's change up the pace. And you know what? If he comes back, then he comes back. It was meant to be. But I think for the poetry and for what happened in Diamond and Pearl, I want the Machamp on the team for this. So go ahead and put Machamp on the layout there. And let's go ahead and get a move on. I don't know what our challenge is off the top of my head. I think it was not going to Pokemarts, which I don't need to go to because I already bought healing items, so we should hopefully be okay with that. I just need to remind myself that I have to go to the museum in Nacrene City to get my old Amber to be recovered. I don't know why I can't speak. Get my old Amber to be recovered and then trade out another Pokemon then. Which I really, really hope isn't a fire fighting type that I was looking for. Just saying. Because if it is, I'm going to be kind of pissed. Because I might bench the Machamp if that's the case. I know a lot of people might be like, that's such a crappy way to play Pokemon. But it's like, if you put yourself in the situation that I'm in, think about how hard this game really is without any sort of like challenges. Like, you're already doing Nuzlocke rules, which I'm only allowed to catch first Mon in each route. And if they die, they die. Which can literally happen by any sort of means. So you have to take those rules, and then you have to add on to the fact that, well, I have to do these challenges, and I have to abide by these challenges. And if I fail, I have potential consequences of losing a Pokemon, even though I didn't mean to. Like, I can lose a Mon by accident. And in Unova, I've had 3 deaths, and 2 of those 3 deaths have came to the punishment wheel. One of those was actually my fault, and the other one was just dumb fucking luck. I don't need a Razor Fang. You might think I need the Razor Fang, but I don't have a Gligar in there, and I know I don't have a Gligar in my box of eggs, so yeah, we're gonna make sure we fight everyone in the cold storage. I know there is a TM here. Oh my god, another fossil. That's insane. We're gonna hatch all of these eggs probably before we even do an egg hatching stream. But yeah, I remember doing this in the white extreme randomizer. There's a TM there, and normally I don't think that's the TM for Scald, TM number for Scald normally, but Fire Blast though, it's a good TM. And I was actually kind of tempted because I saw that Swampert special attack was a bit higher than his physical attack to just to teach him Flamethrower instead of Blaze Kick so I don't have to miss. But I was like, well, If I wasn't jolly natured and my special attack was even higher than my physical attack, then I would have said, yeah, go ahead and do that, but it isn't. So I really don't think I should teach. I don't think I should teach it flamethrower. I mean, that would be really good for coverage, but Swampert's really a physical attacker. More so than anything. We just probably have a really high... We probably just have a really high special attack EV and a low physical attacking one. Because I did randomize those completely, because I am not going to go through and research what Mon has this many EVs and IVs. I mean, I could have done that, but I was like, I feel like that just eats up way too much time. Because it's already kind of a pain in the ass to go like, alright, I need to remember his trainer ID. I need to remember the moveset that he had. Nature. I can't do abilities, so I have to keep whatever ability he normally gets. So, it's just those little things that you gotta keep an eye out for. I know I was talking about in the last stream too, how I had a bunch of Gen 5 power and I just benched. I benched a Golett for an Absol and then a Thundurus for a Machamp. But hey, you still have your Gen 5 representation. It's still there. You got 2 Mons. You are scary. I'm not at full HP either. I did not mean to run. Not at all. But yeah, I'm not... Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. This is gonna be karma, isn't it? This is 100% gonna be karma. What does he have at this level? What is he gonna have at this level? I'm gonna use the Sweetheart, because that'll heal me up to full. What is he gonna have at this level? Headbutt. How much does that do? Okay, that does about the same damage we just healed, so... I think if I get a low sweep off... Am I gonna outspeed him? In theory, I should. Alright, cool. I know Darmanitan probably doesn't have Sheer Force in this game, but if he did, run. Honestly, I wish so much that I got a Darmanitan from an egg, because if I had Sheer Forcing Darmanitan, oh, it'd be over with. Also, I just realized something. I don't know if this is going to necessarily be accurate or even possible. We do have the Meteor Mash TM still. So I could see if John Cena could learn that. And if he does, I might actually get rid of my priority Bullet Punch for it. However, I know I do have a Dark type on my team, so maybe I don't do that. Or there's just a chance that he doesn't learn it anyways. He does learn it. There it is. I don't know what TM74 is, though. Because I should keep Ice Punch for the coverage. Knockoff is good, especially if we do run into Frostlass. But Bullet Punch is so good for priority. Actually, though, I should teach him Meteor Mash because he has no guard, so it's never going to miss. And I get chances for attack boost, so that's 100% the move on my part. That's 100% the move on my part. Like, okay, so what of all places makes the evil team think that they need to chill out, no pun intended, in a cold storage? Like, I'm just curious. Is it just because that's the easiest place to hide in the city, or... Like, what is it? I'm just curious to know. I'm just curious to know. See, just like that, he's already pretty much on par with what we're fighting against. And that's the thing, like, yeah, I have the lucky egg, but it's like, I don't know. Should I make it to where, like, if I hit the gym leader's ace, maybe if I hit the gym leader's ace for the next gym, I take the lucky egg off. But I have to have, like, my entire team be that level. So, like, right now, I think Clay's ace is 31. So, if I get... I think it's Machamp. Hold on, I can check right now. If I get Machamp and Absol to 31... Well... Yeah. If I get Machamp and Absol to 31, then I'm not allowed to use the lucky egg for the rest of the stream. How about I do that, so that way we're not using the lucky egg the entire time, but for gym fights, we're not going in there super duper OP. I mean, to be honest, if I use the lucky egg, I mean, I don't know. I think with me constantly swapping out Mons, it might actually make us more balanced. Because, yeah, I still do have a level 34 Togekiss. And like a 32 Whimsicott. But the thing is like it's not like we're dummy OP. Although we're probably not gonna have a really difficult gym battle until Drayden, because he's gonna actually have fully evolved Mons. Interesting thought to think about, actually. I heard the timer go off. That makes me a little bit paranoid. For the gym, actually, because I don't want to have a dumb challenge going into that gym. Oh, Jesus. Can we one-shot you? Yeah, we can. Good. Good shit. But yeah, I think that's what I might do, is like, I can have the lucky egg on my Mons for training purposes, but once they get to the gym leader's ace for the next gym that we're fighting, then boom, we can't use that lucky egg. Just so we don't, just so we aren't too OP, I guess is my thing. Alright, so we got the challenge of no marks done. So our reward is what? Another free legendary. Wow. Spoiling me, huh? Actually, no. No. I'm gonna keep Darkrai, right? I'm gonna keep Darkrai. Because here's the reason why. I completely forgot about this. You know what? I'm gonna just copy all of these. I did not... hold on. I need to reopen this. Random.org. Because I just realized that I never put in the legendaries for this generation. So Darkrai can stay because that is already like picked and everything like that. But for this one, because I just realized it, I should put all of them in there. So what do we have in Gen 5? We have Victini. We have Swords of Justice, so Cobalion. Virizion. Terrakion. We have the box arts, so Zekrom and Reshiram. We have Kyurem. We have Thundurus. Tornadus. Landorus. Meloetta. Genesect. That was the one I was forgetting. Genesect, and then what was the last one? Keldeo. I think those are all the legendaries on this game. Virizion. Which, actually, we're being dead ass. I actually want to look this up real quick before we keep moving on. Cool. Before we keep moving on, first let me actually spin the wheel, see what we get. Alright, we gotta go back and do a musical. That is A-okay with me. Let me just look at this real quick. So, I want to look at Virizion. I'm just curious to see what his stats are looking like. So, Generation 5. So it's got... Ooh, okay, so it's a mixed attacker. That's actually not bad. Okay. I fucks with it. What level will we get it to, though? It'd be, what, 31? Its moveset would be ass, kind of, but... What if I brought it in Gen 6? Gen 6, your moveset would be at level 31. It would be the exact same. Alright, sick! Sick, nasty, my dudes. Alright, so we gotta go back and do a musical, which that's what the contest / musical thing is there for, so just in case anyone is confused as to how that works, I basically gotta go back and do a musical now. Alright, I have 30 minutes to go back and do it anyways, which I think I will just after I do this Team Plasma event, because I really don't want to run through all of cold storage again just to come back here, so basically the point. It looks a little bit more than just a huddle, but sure, buddy. Sure. Fight me, scrub. Developer Marcellus sends a Pikachu. Okay, dude, whatever. Little sweet. Oh, I forgot Pikachu has sturdy in this game. I was like, how did that not kill a Pikachu of all things? Get out of here. Slap. Crit knockoff on 1 HP. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. And a... Okay. Man has a Plusle, which is a, kind of like a knockoff Pikachu. That's oddly funny. Alright. Easy. Hey, turn to the right like I'm making you. God damn it. Lexia, did they just ransack like all of the possible electric types that they could? Because that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm seeing right now. Alright, so John Cena can't use the Lucky Egg anymore after this fight because he's now level 31. Sick. Which means we can give it to the Absol. I really have 2 free encounters with the fossils still. God. This would have been such a golden time to do a randomized nuzlocke. I mean, we're doing a randomized nuzlocke, but still, it's just like... Shoot. Shoot. Also, I just remembered that we're going to get the free Lucky Egg in this game coming very, very soon. So we'll actually have 2 of them. Just big chillin'. Just big chillin'. Alright. Donna. Got a Piplup. I wonder if I should, like, load X and Y up with, like, a bunch of strong mons. Because I have those 2 legendaries to start off the game with. I suppose, maybe, well... I don't know, should I put Darkrai in this game? My thing is, I don't feel like I should, just because... we really haven't had that hard of a time, and also since we're doing an egg lock, I don't really want to bench a legendary mon for something that I've spent multiple hours trying to put into this game. So it's like, I think if anything, I'll put Darkrai. I'll probably put both of them actually in X and Y. Mainly because X and Y is actually going to be a bitch to deal with because we got that level booster put onto it. So we just need to be very, very careful. A waste of oxygen. Alright. Calm down. Wow, we found a Pokeball and a Pokeball. So apparently, and I think my friend sent me this TikTok video, there was a video, I think it was like a theory or something like that, of why you find like Pokeball items like you see in the overworld on the ground. And the theory is that they were actually a trainers at one point, but the wild Pokemon in that area killed them. And, you know, while that theory is, like, very much a good one and something that you would actually believe, I just didn't think I wanted to think about it like that. But that's just me. Also, what is this supposed to be? Okay, whatever. I really hate how late you get Surf in this game, but I don't know. In this game, like, Surf doesn't feel as necessary as it did in Gen 3. Gen 3, it was stupid how bad you needed Surf. But then again, I feel like... I'm trying to think of when you got Surf. Gen 1, you got it in the Safari Zone. Gen 2, you got it. You got it really early in Gen 2. You could get it before that you beat the 4th gym. Gen 3, it was after you beat Norman. Gen 4, it was after you went to Celestic Town. Gen 5, it's after you beat the 6th gym. Gen 6, you get it after you beat Karina, I believe. Gen 7, it's a TM. And you don't get that until post-game. And I think... I'm trying to think. Alright, which one should we do? We picked the Machamp, by the way, for this, because it actually can hold some stuff, so we should actually be able to have a fun time with this. Which one did I do when I did this, like, earlier this year? I want to do Stardom. Artillery Red Belt. This show is popular among men. Oh, I got that guitar, baby. Hold on, we gotta give him that. We gotta give him this. Guitar. Skirt to cover up his... Can you not hold any other items? No, I don't think he can. He's gonna look a little goofy, but it's fine. Yep, there he is. I actually really like the Patrak costume. It's lagging, I think. I hate when this happens. Okay. Sure, let's add that to the musical theater. Yes, we had the best performance. Let's go. We're goated out here. Alright. So with that, let's switch the screen over to this, because we did in fact do that. And to reward it, if I get another free legendary, I'm gonna flip out. No, we're gonna get a free encounter instead, which is fine with me, I guess. I think what I'll do is I'll probably do that at the beginning of the next stream, like I did with the ones we had today. But our challenge to go into the gym is going to be what? Use only one type of Pokemon. What type of Pokemon are we using? Flying. So we have to use Togekiss in this gym. Togekiss is what we have to use in this gym, which, to be quite honest, I was fine with that because I was going to try to get the Togekiss leveled up to 35 anyways. If anything, this is just going to make this process easier, I think, because now we're going to have a really big backbone mon to rely upon. I think just the main concern that I have is PP. I think if we solo with Togekiss, we're going to have a little bit of a tough time when it comes to PP, but also at the same time, maybe not. Because I think if we one-shot everything, we should be fine. I think if we one-shot everything, we'll be fine. Alrighty, let's go back over the bridge now, and let's go over to the gym. Watch, this is gonna be shiny. I'm putting this into the universe. Shiny. That's not a shiny. Also, that's cool. We get it. You're just everywhere. That I just don't have you. It's fine. I did not expect that to be right there. It's fine. But yeah, like, I want to sort of not... I'm saying this in the sense of, like, in this game, especially because we got the Lucky Egg really, really early on, I think just to make it better, that's how we're going to play this. Because otherwise, you get over the level, and then it's like, well, whatever. Like, that last gym, we didn't even struggle with it at all because it was nothing. The rival battle against Sharon, I was talking about something completely different, and I destroyed his entire team because I had a Thunderous that was out, and it was 10 levels higher than everything he sent out. And despite the fact that I'm not even going north yet, I'm not going to go north and fight those trainers. I'll save them for the next stream, because who knows what I might need to do. I could very much lose the Togekiss in this gym. I mean, it would be... I think that would be really, really hard, because I can't necessarily think of anything that would stop me with the moveset that I have. Like, Rampardos is scary and all, but it has to hit me with the move. And I know Rampardos has not very good stats, so... Oh, it has a good attack stat, but that's all it's got to it, so... I'm not worried about this at all. So I'm just going to equip the Amulet Coin on whoever we need to train up after we get everybody to the certain level with the Lucky Egg. And the thing is, with the Lucky Egg, it helps us get there faster. So I'll still be somewhat over-leveled, I just won't be that drastically over-leveled. Which I think that's a fair trade-off. It's like, yeah, I can get there much quicker, but if I just kept it on the entire time. Like, if I gave Togekiss the Lucky Egg, we'd be level 40 by the time we leave this gym, probably. Or really fucking close. We'd be really fucking close. Trying to disable me and I haven't even gone for a move yet. Are you dumb? Terrakion? Ooh. I remember, like, of the Swords of Justice, I remember Virizion being the specially defensive one. I just never remembered if Virizion was actually more physical attacking or special attacking, because Terrakion's a physical attacker. Same with Cobalion, but I also think Cobalion is probably just more physically bulky? Because then you have Keldeo, who's like a special attacker, so I don't know. It's really hard to keep up with a bunch of the legendaries. And I'm trying to think if I've used a Virizion in a playthrough on the channel, and I don't think I have. Or if I have, it's been a very, very long time. And I'm also trying to think of what games that I've played. Can't think of any. Rotom. I mean, you might be a problem for us to deal with, but I can just Nasty Plot and Flamethrower. I keep thinking of the ghost typing because I was so used to last gen with us having that Rotom Pete. Like, oh, he's electric ghost. So I was like, I can't click Aura Sphere here if I want to. But I was like, actually, I can. It's just, it'll be resisted because he's part flying. But I didn't do it because I was like, it's not going to affect him at all. So I gotta solo another gym with another Mon, which in this case will be Togekiss. So that, I mean, we should be fine, right? I would think so. Because I have the ability to set up in Sweep, so... And plus, I'll be at least 5 levels higher than everything he's going to send out, because his age should be 31. If it's not 31, then I will be surprised. But I'm pretty sure it's 31 for the ace of this gym. So... yeah, we would 100% hit level 40 if we put the Lucky Egg on. And this is to keep the series interesting. Because I know I said I wanted to steamroll through a generation. Black and White might just be that generation. I mean, we have an Egg Lock, which is very fortunate for us. We have the Lucky Egg very early on. Yeah, we have an Everlock, which that's probably one of the main hindrances that we have. But we also have a really busted-ass team, so to be honest, we might not even struggle that much. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you remember the Sword Surprise trade lock, I didn't lose anybody until the very last stream, and I almost actually lost that series. I got very fortunate in the champion battle. Very, very fortunate. And I've been thinking just sort of like, I don't know, I don't want to say out of the blue, but I feel like I should get that video started. Or, well, no, I should get... Because I know there's Zeta that I should definitely do a death montage for, but I don't know, I feel like I'm going to be annoyed by trying to find that, because there's a lot of deaths in that series. And I don't think I have a death counter in that series, actually. I'm pretty sure I just have the layout, and then, like, the mons that I have on my team, so... I mean, maybe that could help. Because the thing is, with this series, with me having a death counter where it is, it makes it 10 times easier for me to find out where the timestamps are. Because I can, like, go to the beginning of the stream, see, okay, the death counter was at 65. And then it's like, by the end, it's like, oh, he's at 67 now. So it's like, I just need to figure out, by scrolling through briefly, where he in fact lost these mons. But in a series like that, it's kind of more difficult because it's like I have to look at the layout and see if I lost something there. Because that's still a 40 video series. Like, that's a lot of videos to go through and check and see if we lost something or not. I don't know, I feel like I should keep it in terms of, like, continuity. Like, with which games actually happened first. Because, I mean, the White Extreme Randomizer wasn't the first game. That I did, but it was the first death montage that I did. So it's like, I don't know. Because, like, I remember when I readjusted the playlist for, I think it was the one-off videos that I did. which are just basically a bunch of gameplays and stuff like that. And I remember basically readjusting the order so that like the newer videos weren't on top. So I have like my first few videos I ever made on my channel. I really missed my first few videos that I made on the channel at the top of that playlist, and then like the current stuff is all the way at the bottom. Which means like, yes, if you want to see those funny videos that I uploaded, or one-off videos of me like having these sick-ass gameplays and things like that, yeah, you have to scroll down, but the fact that that playlist is almost 100 videos long, and it's a playlist that I'm actively updating, but I'm not actively updating it like on purpose all the time, says a lot, because with content like that, it just comes naturally. And I think that's the benefit of having just free time with this, because like, yeah, I've decided to make this series daily now, but like, if I go online and play a game and something crazy happens, then cool. I have a potential video right there. It's like the one with from Rocket League. That one just came out of the blue, and I was like, yep, video, there it is. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I might look into making a Zeta and Omicron death montage. I mean, it's going to be a long one, because I know that series was rough. Very, very rough. And I don't know if I told the story about this, actually. But if I remember correctly, what was it? I think I remember that series had a bunch of videos, because this was the video series I actually was doing when I was in college. And I remember doing this video series in college specifically because this was around the time where I had no roommate in my room. So when it came to like recording those videos, I'd never had to worry about like sound and stuff like that. But when I would record, I record many videos in a row. So like, there might have been a day where I recorded like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of those videos at like however long they were. Just spend like a good chunk of the day doing that, because it's like I don't have homework and all of the other guys are doing something that I don't really care to do. So there's that. But yeah, the fun fact about that story is not only did I record that series in college, but that series was actually supposed to be about 20 or so more videos longer, but I stopped it because I was like, well, we technically lost, and just like the series itself was just not really doing that well, and I wasn't really having it. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just call it where it is right now, and we'll move on and act like the thing never even happened. So instead of it being 39 videos, I think it was actually 60 or something like that. It was similar to Insurgents in terms of video length and stuff like that, but I was just tired of uploading the videos. Not only that, editing the videos was the main pain, because that was the problem that I was having with Sony Vegas at the time, where like my renders would take 4 hours for like a 30-minute video, and it's like, why the fuck are you taking this long to render a video that has like 4 edits max? So there's that. Let's actually spin the reward wheel, because we did in fact complete our challenge of using only one type of Pokemon, which was the Togekiss. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel, and we get 5 rare candies. So we are allowed the use of 5 rare candies whenever we so wish. So 5 rare candies. I know we have a bunch in our bag right now, which means I could just use them now, but I really don't want to. and I'd rather use it in a more appropriate time, I would say. But with that, we also had another evolution since we got a badge. And yeah, so I guess tomorrow will be we'll actually head back and go get those 2 fossil encounters done out of the way. And then we'll make our way through the Chargestone Cave, the route that's north of Driftvale as well. And then I think we have to do the Celestial Tower as well, because that's a story in this game that you actually have to do. And then there's the gym. So it's probably going to be another kind of short stream tomorrow. But then the next one after that is probably going to be a pretty long one, because I'm going to go back and go through a bunch of the areas with surf and stuff like that. But if you guys did enjoy today's stream, make sure you hit that like button down below, because it'd be really, really appreciated. Keep yourselves updated with this series by clicking subscribe and following my Twitter, because you'll know when I go live. And just when other stuff happens. So make sure you follow Twitter down below as well. And then, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time as of this moment in stream. I don't know what time I'll actually be streaming tomorrow. I don't really have much planned, other than just getting up and probably working out early in the morning, because I think if I run in the morning, I'll feel much more, not necessarily motivated to do stuff, but it does help me get myself up. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be like bright ass early in the morning. Like if I'm up at 9 a.m. and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go over and run. I go over, get my run done. Then I stream for a little bit, have some fun, maybe take a nap afterwards. You never know. But that's enough about me. Tomorrow we'll be back with another stream. And yeah, we're gonna try to get this series winding down. We're pretty close. We're over the halfway mark. Once we beat Sinnoh, we were over the halfway mark. So yeah, we're over the halfway mark now. And with us doing this daily, we might have a couple streams where I'm back in college doing this. I don't know yet, but we will see. So I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.